Hello and welcome, and I'm walking from Whitstable to Herne Bay today, one of the best walks in Kent. It's around 10 miles. You can get here in about an hour and a quarter from King's Cross St Pancras. So join with me as I show you one of the most beautiful walks along the Kent coast. So the first part of the walk is walking through Whitstable, which is really nice. There's some lovely shops, nice cafes. Had a nice full English breakfast to start off my day, which is excellent for a walk like this. Then you come out onto the oyster area where there's lots of fishing, and there's a lot of places where you can actually buy fresh fish if you wanted to. And then you come out onto this, it's more like a promenade. It's a cycleway and walkway. A lot of people walking their dogs. You can see Herne Bay up ahead. So it's very easy. I mean, you don't need a map for this one. You just walk along following the coast. Some nice views, and then get to Herne Bay and then continue through to Reculver Castle. So it's going to be what, probably a 4-hour walk, something like that. Okay, so the inevitable rain has come. It looked like it was going to be a real downpour, so I put the tarp up for now. And I'm nice and dry. So I'll drink my coffee here for a minute and have a bit of a sit down. So the DD tarp 3x3, it's a handy thing to have in your bag. It's a makeshift tent, just using rocks really on the beach. Just wait for the rain to pass, which it almost has already. So and I'm using my new trekking poles as my tent poles. The clouds have gone, you can see, and now it's brightened up, all packed up, and I'm on my way again. So as you can see, it's a lovely flat walk all along like an esplanade. This is a Saxon Shore Way route, so it does follow the Saxon Shore Way, which is a fantastic walk, which I have actually done all 160 miles of it, believe it or not. And it goes all the way from Gravesend all the way round Kent, and it goes even into East Sussex, and then it comes around all the way to Hastings. And because of the railway line links, it's very achievable to get back to your car or to get back to where you came from. So you can get the station, get to Herne Bay station, get back to Whitstable. So it's lovely walking along the beach, but it is quite hard work. But it's nice to be by the sea, isn't it? And hear the waves and walking next to the surf like I was there. I cover quite a distance behind me, as you can see. That's going all the way back to Whitstable. Okay, coming to Herne Bay now. And you've got the pier, you can wander down there. There's things to see on there. It's just like traditional English seaside town. So far I've walked 5.2 miles from Whitstable to get to Herne Bay, and if you want to go to the station then you can walk to the Herne Bay station, but you will have to walk a couple of miles from here to get to the station. So you would have to have walked 7 miles in total if you leave the walk at this point. I'm going on to the headland, which you can probably see in the distance. I'll show you in a minute. I'm going on to Reculver Castle. So this is really part 2 of the walk, and you can do this part if you feel you'd like to. You just go straight really towards the headland. It's so easy, you don't need a map. You can see Reculver Castle there on the headland. That's where we're heading. Straight down, up onto the cliff rather, and then along to the castle. You can see the sea comes right over here on the high tides. In fact, it must have come over here last night, probably in the storm. So I'm making good progress. I've just been speaking to a fisherman, getting some tips for next time. You can see the weather's turning a bit ominous again. So the rains haven't come thankfully, but I changed just in case, because you don't know, and it's better than getting soaked, isn't it? So Bishopstone Cliffs, unstable cliff, susceptible to slippage and falls, especially after periods of heavy rainfall. We've had very heavy rainfall this last few days. And beware of soft mud. Fallen material at the base of these cliffs may be very soft. Do not try and walk across the risk of getting stuck. Quick risk assessment because of all the rain we've had on a day tripper adventure like this. I may as well go up here and over the top. I think that's the safest thing to do. So I made it to the top of the cliff. It's very precarious. I really wouldn't recommend it. I definitely wouldn't go down to that level there, especially when it's so wet like this. You saw the signs. But now I'm on this footpath. I think this footpath's okay up here, and so lovely views up here, and it's really not windy. It's a beautiful day. I mean, because of the unstable cliffs here at Reculver, the path seems to go through a bit of a woodland. It's a little bit confusing. It hasn't taken me that long, but it wasn't that straightforward, but I'm sure you'll find your way through. It's difficult to describe, but you need to come up to this higher ground. So here I am at Reculver Tower. It's a good 4 miles from Herne Bay, but it's well worth it, so I recommend you do this part of the walk. But make sure you check the bus timetable, because the bus only goes once a day, and I'll show you the times. So now I've got to find my way back to Whitstable in time to rescue my car from the car park. So the bus is not brilliant. There's one bus that goes to Herne Bay 16 minutes past 1. If you miss that one, you've got a long walk, like I have now. So I finally got back to Whitstable on the train. So I had to walk all the way back from Reculver to Herne Bay. That was about an hour and a half. It's a really hard walk. So I've walked 13 miles today, which I'm really happy with actually. That's the furthest I've walked in probably at least 2 months. So it's really good training for what I've got up ahead, because I've got some big hikes coming up. So I hope you enjoyed this walk and enjoyed this journey. You must try this walk. It is one of the best in Kent. So until next time, I will see you then. Bye for now.